Good morning, Launch. Quick little video here about discount offers on Facebook. Now, there was a question in our first Q&A around this, and we ran out of time to really deep dive it. And it was really around what we think about, the $49 initial offers and things like that. And I want to frame that there is no bad marketing. You just have to know what comes as a consequence of it. The old adage, there is no solution, just compromises, really comes into play here. So what's the point of a discount offer? Obviously, what we're trying to do is reduce the barrier to entry. So when people are looking to buy, they obviously have a cost sort of ideology, right? And having that discount just lowers that barrier to entry a little bit to move people through. Also, predominantly where we're seeing those is on social media, where people aren't there looking for a health practitioner. So you have to have something that sort of breaks their attention to make them come towards you, which is why people use these offers. I used these myself very early on, I'm talking 2016, and they were very effective. We were doing like $29 initials, and I wish I'd put more energy into it at the time because I think it would have been a huge return at very low price. I then went away from it as I felt it kind of devalued the service a little bit over the years. And then I hit a point myself as I was growing my practice in North Fremantle, which I'm standing in now, that I realized, I saw another chiropractor in the region's ad for athletes. And obviously that's a large part of my niche. And I realized that I felt that this other people probably didn't provide the level of care and service I did for these people with my understanding, but I wasn't even in the frame of reference for them. People didn't even know who I was at the time. And if I didn't put my offer out, I was doing them a disservice. And so that's why I moved to doing offers for a while. I always made mine slightly more expensive. Maybe that's just a bit of an ego thing, who knows? But that's what made me work. And they weren't very effective at that time. From there, I've seen them less effective over the years for associates that I've used them with. And to be honest, I no longer need them in practice because I'm usually booked out. So I haven't needed, but they can be a great way to kick things along. But you have to understand geography plays a really huge role in a lot of these. In North Fremantle these days, when I have run them, the reason I don't think they work super well is 50% of our border is water. So you've got the ocean on one side, ocean on the other side. If you're in the middle of a major city, you've got a lot more of a 360 radius where you can get people. There's also a lot more competition, so the cost of play is a lot higher. So we used to get lead costs, each lead to be about maybe under $10 of money spent. These days, if you get under $20 to $40, you're doing well, right? So, there's a lot more cost to play. Again, though, if your cost to play and your acquisition cost is say $50 and the people are paying $70, well, they're already on the first one, right? So you have to think of it relative when you're doing these things. Pardon me, I got something right. That said, there's nothing wrong with these ads, right? I don't have a problem with them. The reason people do them is they work, right? So, obviously in our Deeper Dives masterclasses, we talk about how you would do them. But the simple fact is they can be extremely effective. There's nothing wrong with them. And especially if you're getting a practice going, it's not a bad idea to have a look down these or Google ads to really see if you can, boost things up. Because the quicker you get people through the door, the quicker you get experience, the better it is. And I still have patients that came to me on a $57 offer that have been great long-term people. So you still find some gems, even though you will find some absolute turds. And it's a nightmare at times. So listen, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're going to do it, like all things, you have to have your numbers in your testing to make sure it's actually providing value for you, or otherwise there's no real point in doing it. Hope that helps. Ask any questions below.